Other interesting cultural news, you have Edward Snowden on the Telegram founder's arrest by the country of France, which is going to be not good for free speech. Now, Telegram founder, ironically, when he had dual citizenship, he was a citizen in Russia and France, and he fled Russia and he founded the company. He fled Russia because he's worried, oh yeah, the government's oppressive, they're going to throw me in jail for free speech. Ironically, France is the one that did that because he won't acquiesce to the government, giving in to every government whim and handing over all the data. Now, Edward Snowden is probably one of the most well-known defense contractors in history, and of course, thanks to him, we know how much the government is illegally spying on U.S. citizens. Granted, I don't think anyone was actually held accountable or fired because of that, but nevertheless, he was the one who really broke the story about PRISM and all the government spying, as well as teaming up with all the tech companies. And now, Edward Snowden, Russia basically granted him citizenship, and he hasn't left the country since because he'd be arrested and/or probably, unfortunately, his life would be ended by government agents if he were to. Now, Snowden says, quote, and of course, this is good on his good old X-Twitter. Says, quote, first they came for TikTok and I did not speak because I'm not a 12-year-old. Then they came for Telegram and I did not speak out because I was using another app or sixth, I don't know. Then they came for literally every other platform for dissent and I did not speak out because, bro, how the F could I, that's the entire point. Wake up, wake up, wake. Oh, he just says wake up, way. Got 3.8 million views and 92,000 likes. Because, yeah, I can't help but notice more and more platforms are flying like dominoes and acquiescing to government requests to either censor people directly, shut them down, or just give up all their data. And they're very, 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 you could count them on one hand, free speech platforms these days as they come more and more under attack. Now, one of the first comments comes from AKA saying, quote, people need to wake up, Trump wins this election, or the world is literally over, getting 5.8 thousand likes. Also, Zupa says, quote, we either use our voices or they'll be taken from us, getting 892 likes. Florida 1 says, we are now in the frogs in boiling water. Right now, it's pretty darn hot in the UK, getting 2.9 thousand likes. Friendly reminder, they're arresting people for memes over there. In Canada, not only do they arrest you, they also fine you if you make fun of politicians and their dictatorial policies. Or how they bear resemblance to the dictator, the Castro family. Look at you, Justin. You also have Tuck42 says that Tim Walz guy is saying that freedom of speech is not guaranteed. True, getting 3.2 thousand likes because he cannot read or he's just evil or both. Again, the Bill of Rights is a pretty darn good guarantee of most freedoms, including the right of free speech. Yeah, Tim Walz literally said, "Hey, you don't have a guaranteed freedom for hate speech or misinformation." Hate speech is disgusting, but you have a right to do it. Misinformation, that's just a new propaganda word for anything that the government doesn't like. Calvin noticed a lot of things that the government has historically labeled as misinformation turned out to be true all along. So yeah, it's almost unfathomable, and it's heartbreaking that people are supporting Tim Walz. When he also had police officers shoot people with paintball guns if they disobeyed the lockdown curfews during the pandemic. They were standing on the porch, and the police went around and they shot with paintball guns. Yeah, how anyone with how could it is mind blowing that there are people supporting that guy. You have Kagan's Looking Glass saying, quote, once they finish with Telegram, X, and Rumble, they will then come after the mouths that speak the truth and not scripted words you are supposedly to abide by. We are working as hard as we can to prevent this. This seems like a growing army. Getting 3,000 likes. Moonsoon says, wake up and stop censorship. It's an AI-generated picture of Trump and Elon standing with good old AR-15 with an ACOG. It's AI, so it's not really the brand ACOG, but it's got a nice scope on it. And they're dressed in tactical gear, and then the rifles have American flag butt stocks on them as well. And it says, quote, bringing back free speech, one mean tweet at a time. Got 1.3 thousand likes. Kozak Gadandi says, now say something bad about the Russian military and see what happens. Getting 1.5 thousand likes. That'd be a good test, actually. Will Stone do it? Let's see here. Any contrarian statements here? Holden Robinson says, the fact that Russia is protecting you tells us all we need to know. Getting 286 likes, a contrarian statement. There we go. Jeff Carlson says, quote, protect free speech, and cuts out getting 925 likes. Chen Wahusha says, well said, getting 488 likes. Yeah, I think that's a good question in the comments. think culturally speaking, more and more people are starting to use these third-party applications like Telegram, like X, Twitter, kind of really exploding in popularity. And I think partially because you get more additional information, there's more free speech. I mean, do you think it'll get to the point where people actually start to get active and write to their politicians and tell more of their friends like, hey, we need to really pay attention to the world trying to crack down on free speech? It's probably one of the biggest things of our time. Do you think that'll be something that'll be valued in the upcoming presidential election in the U.S.? Let me know in the comments. And then, of course, I mean, do you think, Edward Snowden is, do you think actually the founder of Telegram will he escape France? Will they even make an example of him or imprison him forever like Julian Assange? Let me know in the comments. As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.